The Chengdu Biennale's title is Time Gravity. And I think that's really important because it's space and time. We are all grounded on the earth, and we all are born and we all die. My way of dealing with this is to think of the last 60 years, because about 60 years ago, the first man went into space. And now entrepreneurs are trying to own space, are trying to buy it. So I've tried to look across time, across nations, and also about how all of them have thought about outer space. If anybody usually tells the story of art and space, it's about Americans. And I want to dislodge the Americans. So there are Polish, there are Chinese, there are people, artists from all over the world. And I wanted to explore how space has changed abstract painting and how space has really changed every kind of medium that art has. If you think of Netflix as The Wandering Earth, which is from a Chinese story, it's high-tech, it's AI, it's CGI. So I've gone low-tech. Everything is low-tech. In front of us, we have stones. It's called super heavy sky, and it mixes the idea of science with the idea of gravity. So forget CGI. Let's go back to the understanding that the earth is finite, that the resources are finite, and we shouldn't exploit the earth, but we should make beautiful things out of very simple objects, such as rocks. One of the things I love about going to exhibitions in China is nobody looks like me. I'm much too old. What I like about exhibitions is people who come are very young, and they're going to encounter a Chinese artist, Xiaoqin, who lived in Italy for 40 years. They're going to encounter a Polish artist, Stefan Gogh, who loved Lao Tzu, the Chinese philosopher. They're going to look at an artwork that itself is making art out of Van Gogh. Next door, they're going to see a sort of disco ball, inside of which every solar eclipse of the Earth. So what I want there to be is to be excitement, bewilderment, lack of understanding, curiosity, beauty, ugliness. I want them to argue with all the works in this exhibition, and I want them to come out of it thinking that outer space makes us think about our home which is the Earth. When Gagarin first went up into space, he shot the Earth, and for the first time ever, we saw the Earth as one whole. And I think if you take away one story from this, it's however different places we come from, we all belong to this small, fragile place called planet Earth. I've been in Chengdu 6 times maybe. The most memorable time, I was asked to come here 3 weeks after the earthquake of 2008, when the extraordinary attempts to rebuild Chengdu began. So it's wonderful to come back and see the Tianfu art district, to see a new city being developed. I've always loved Chengdu. It's very laid back. It's very relaxed. The food is wonderful. I like the people. And now there are enough museums that you never have to go to Beijing. You can just stay in Chengdu. My great wish for the Biennale is that the people of the rest of the world will understand things that are happening in provincial China. So that's the first thing. The second wish is that people who come here laugh, cry, argue, celebrate, denounce. Art should have an effect on you, and I think this Chengdu Biennale will have an immense effect on those who come to it. So I wish it all fortune.